Hi from a wet Surrey afternoon. Harley and I, say hello Harley, have been discussing the New World Order, if indeed there is one. There appears to be two competing visions for a world order at the moment. One is a rules-based vision, the one that's been around since the end of World War II, where nations no longer bomb each other, fight each other to get what they want, but they discuss things. They honour borders, they take care. Yes, I know there's a squirrel, you can't have it. They honour borders, they respect sovereignty, they work out the differences through international bodies, multilateral bodies such as the United Nations or the World Trade Organization. They don't bomb each other. Now, that has been the prevailing view, particularly amongst the West, for the last 75 years, as I say. But the last few weeks, Trump's sort of thrown that up. You can't have the squirrel, Harley. He's not going to come and say hello. Dogs. Right. Where was he? Oh, yes. So, until Trump decided that he was going to throw things up into the air and shake them all about and see how they landed. By extracting President Maduro from Venezuela, by threatening a fellow NATO ally for the acquisition of Greenland, by criticizing pretty much everyone that walked, and cozying up to the likes of Putin, who is a good guy, despite over 100,000 recorded war crimes in Ukraine. So, which world do we live in? Do we live in a world that's rules-based, or do we live in a world where pursuing your national interest trumps all things, pardon the pun, and might is right? Well, what world have we been living in? It's an academic question, but an interesting one. There are those that argue that the international order has been nothing more than a veneer over realpolitik, and that the major powers have always done what they wanted to. They simply had another tool in their bag. They could use international law first, and if that didn't work, they could use their economic and military muscle to persuade people to back them at the UN, and then bomb someone anyway. If you look at the sheer number of wars that have taken place, small ones since the end of World War II, it would suggest that that's true. A lot of them were proxy wars by the major powers, which itself is against international law, but they did it anyway. Perhaps Trump's done us a favour by opening our eyes to the fact that we've all been kidding ourselves. So what does the future hold for us? Is it just a case of waiting out for the next 3 years, or until Trump dies, whichever happens first, he is in his 70s after all, and see that we return back to the natural order of international rules? Or are they gone for good? Have we finally had the scales peeled back from our eyes, and we are in a world where might is right and your national interest trumps all? This matters for us, the general public, when it comes to the elections in a couple of years' time. Because you need to decide whether the party you're voting for, do they believe that the world order is going to be rules-based, or do they believe it's going to be based upon protecting your national interests? We might all want a rules-based order. It's kinder, it's nicer to live in, but we have to accept the reality that we live in. You deal with the world as you find it, not as you want it to be. And so if the party that you want to vote for thinks that it's going to return to the old ways, it's all going to be based on rules, everyone's going to be nice to the other, mind their P's and Q's, Marcus of Queensberry rules, etc., then fine, vote for that party if that's how you think the world is. But if you think the world is moving to a more dangerous place where hard power, be it military or economic, matters, then you need to vote for a party that represents that view as well. Which is true? Matter of opinion. I know what I think. I'll leave the rest up to you. Say bye-bye, Harley. Ta-da.